my brothers and sisters helped me to understand things that I was mad about as a kid, but my father and mother were disciplining us for life, and they were shooting us out. Howard often felt like he was my father. Many times Howard and I would be together, people would say, "Oh, is that your father?" I'd say, "No, that's my brother." And he would say, "That's my baby brother." And I said, "I'm not a baby, I'm your younger brother." But I thank God that my brothers and sisters have that sense of care. Scripture, I would just say, sums up Howard's life and his reflection toward me and many others would be Proverbs 17:17, which says, "A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity." There are 3 stories in the life of myself, my brother Michael, my brother Murray, that I know that scripture bore out in Howard. Let me start with this. When we were children, about 5 or 6, Howard used to work for Husband Potato Chip Company. He was a driver. And when he came into the neighborhood, we loved it because we would be running out there. We knew we were going to get cheese curls, cheese doodles, potato chips, barbecue potato chips, caramel popcorn. But not only did we do that, but the neighborhood kids would be coming, and Howard would be passing it out. So he got a bond with us very early. Later on, when my brother Michael was a teenager having some problems at Sawyer Junior High School with a group of individuals who wanted to bully him, you wouldn't know that by now, looking at Michael right now. But my mother and father went to meetings and all this stuff after the school, and the kids would not leave him alone. Howard was 16 years older than us, so Michael was about 13, Howard was 29. Howard went down there and spoke to that gang and told them, "I don't care how young you are, that's my brother." And the last I heard was that they were escorting Michael home and left him alone. Fast forward a few years, Murray was a teenager who someone had a little beef with him, and they had got their cousin who was driving a car to come by, and the person got out of the car with the cousin and asked Murray, "Who are you?" He said, "My name is Murray Pierce," something to that effect. And he had heard the last name Pierce, and he said, "Are you Howard Pierce's brother? Are you really Howard Pierce?" He said, "That's my brother." And so apparently the guy got back in the car and the other person walked away. Because before Howard was a minister, he was known in the streets. He did not play with you. He did not play with you. He did not play with you at all. And he didn't like anybody touching him. He said, "If you're not James," he said, "if you're not Bo or Dia, don't put your hands on me." And he meant that too. And that was his attitude in life as it relates to spirituality. He believed he belonged to God and that the devil could not touch him. He could not touch him. Many times Howard had over 100 operations, and he would say, "I'll be all right." I said, "I know you'll be all right. You're coming back?" He said, "Yeah, I'll be all right." And he always had a way of just dismissing you abruptly, as Sandy said, but he really had a faith and a belief in God that stemmed from our parents. And that's why I try to picture and give you a little insight where this all comes from. And I'm trying to share with even the next generation and the future generations of where their attributes come from, the determination, the ability to not quit, the fight. It all comes from our parents and our forefathers. And I want to say this, that we are all connected, even as my first cousin Freddie had said, we are all connected. We are very different, but we are all one. And I think that God has chosen our family to be a representative sample of how you can come from very little and achieve much with much diversity and growth if you stay connected. And that is the message today that I want to leave with you about Howard. He connected. He always called us on our birthday, always called us on Christmas, but to death, But he was a loving man. He loved his family, and he was a brother for adversity. You really don't know your friends until you get into a scrap. If you can find 5 friends in life that will be with you in the trenches, you have found yourself a rich company. But he was there. He proved himself in my adversity, in my brother Michael's adversity, my brother Murray's adversity. And we know that for a fact that he continues the legacy of love set forth by our parents and our grandparents and our great-grandparents. And we're so blessed, and we thank you for the opportunity to share that, because that's what we want you to leave with. We are connected as a family, whether we know it or not, and it behooves us to take care of one another. God bless you.
Amen.